Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly outlook video. In this video I'll be pointing out what I would like to see happen or pan out this week, primarily on the dollar index, but I will try and cover a few pairs or charts that I may be interested in. So the first thing that we are going to be looking at is the dollar, as I mentioned just now. Just a second. So we put this on right now. To be honest, I was bearish on the dollar for a very long time, and I was looking to see if we could clear that sell side liquidity level right there, the swing low from the 1st of July, which marks the yearly low as well. So right now we took that low last week, making a new low of the year, and rejected aggressively after sweeping that low. Going to the weekly time frame, we also see this being very evident. The sweep of the low, then a quick rejection to the upside, now making us close actually around the same level we opened up in the week on Sunday. So many people right now are looking to see if we could target the previous weekly highs, starting with the first week of September, then going back we have this, then going back again we have those, and then ultimately the swing high right there. So right now, many people are projecting that we are going to be pushing up to that buy side liquidity level ultimately. But of course, swing high after swing high after swing high is what I see popping up on most people's charts. But to be honest, I'm going to be the contrarian here. I would like to see us break lower and see if we could sweep yet another swing low and make a new low of the year before continuing to the opposite direction. I don't know if this is likely. I'm not going to fight the market trend. If the market returns back to this daily gap right here, where we have this inverted gap, right? If the market comes back here and then shows signs of support to the higher prices, we could of course see us trading to this first swing high target. But I am personally looking to see if price can break below this BPR, close below it, then continue lower. This is my expectation for the week ahead. Of course, it may not happen this week. We may get a choppy price action and not get a real direction. Either way, I'm going to watch the chart to see what we have. Of course, this means that on euro dollar, I'm looking for more bullish price action. I'm looking for higher prices like so. And on GBP USD, I'm also looking for the same higher prices. But again, as we've just marked out, if price is showing strong bearishness on the foreign currencies, which means strong bullish prices on DXY, then I'm definitely going to be looking to see if we could clear this sell side liquidity level right there. That swing low is my specific target on euro. Then okay, I'm just gonna delete this just to make it a lot more visible. That sell side liquidity level right there below the chop would be my target, making this an accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution to the downside. I don't like to trade pattern trading, but we could see us distribute lower and clear these equal lows below the chop. Right, the same goes with GBP USD. Strong bearish prices coming through on GBP USD. We could actually see this swing low being targeted next, then ultimately these equal lows below price. Right, this is again if we get bearishness in price. If we don't, I am still currently leaning towards more bullish price action. I am still bullish. Personally, we have a target for GBP USD. We also have targets for euro dollar up there. When you shift to higher time frames, we can see multiple swing high targets that we have aligning right there. Right. So that's what I'm looking for on the dollar measures. Moving on, we have NASDAQ, S&P 500. We just continued rallying higher and higher and higher. I don't have much to add to this because I would say what ICT says when it comes to trading the indices towards all-time highs. Just keep buying until your buys start failing. Literally just keep buying until your buy setups start failing. So if we're going to continue buying, if we're going to continue higher, I'm going to be watching this daily gap very closely and look for a possible rejection away from this gap to the higher prices. So basically internal to external, like so, or we could target a psychological level at 25,000, like so. So yeah, this is my expectation on NASDAQ. Then of course with ES, the same thing goes. We don't have much of a bullish expansion on the S&P 500, but we could look for a projection using NASDAQ to continue higher for ES, right? Don't have much else to add on this. You could maybe look for a higher time frame weekly charts. We might come back down all the way to taking the previous weekly low and tapping into this weekly gap. Then look for a possible continuation higher from there to 6,800 levels right there. On YM, the Dow, we also have similar structure showing. We've already cleared the all-time highs, and now we could look for a possible continuation to the upside. A little bit more choppy than the first two. Not my preferred one to trade, to be honest. So I would rather stay away from this. It's too sideways for me. It's too choppy for me. I would not be engaging in markets like this. Then we have Russell, which is basically doing the same. We are slowly, well, quickly gravitating towards that high now. It's not yet the all-time high, but very quickly gravitating towards the swing high that I've been watching for such a long time. If you remember a few months ago, I was looking at these equal highs as a target that I found to be a long-term target, right? All the way down here. And finally, we cleared it. Now we are gravitating towards this buy-side liquidity. So I'm looking to see how price is going to react. But to be honest, again, similar to YM, we have very sideways price action. When we check our 4-hourly charts, we can see that price has mostly been up and down, but slowly climbing higher, but just very choppy. Right, so we could, since we're here on the 4-hour time frame, we could look for a possible support in this area for higher prices. Maybe price could reject away from it, right? Maybe get a retracement before we take these highs right here. Then of course, going through those highs, those local highs, we could look to target the main buy side liquidity. This is a possible projection for Russell, but not something I'm too excited about. We have gold that's been climbing higher since we started off this year. I don't believe you should do anything else besides looking for buy setups. If we go back all the way to January 1st, this candle right here is the 31st of December. Then markets open here on the 2nd of January. We only took a yearly low right there on the 6th of January, but since then we've been expanding higher. So you literally could have bought as the year opened and held through, because even though we got pullbacks, even though we got minor retracements, we always continued higher. A very massive bullish expansion. Even in this last few days from August ending till September ending, we've gotten bullish expansion the whole time. So I don't believe anything should stop that train. It's similar to what I just said before for NASDAQ, as ICT states. Keep buying until your buy setups start failing. Right here we have a weekly gap, right, where it says my eyes are here. We have a weekly gap. I am looking to see if gold can retrace down to this weekly gap. Then we could look for a bullish change of market structure and take it back up to the all-time high again, or the 37.25 psychological level. So that's what I'm looking for on gold. I'm looking for a bullish expansion. Even though we are already currently expanding higher, I am much more comfortable trading after we've taken these equal lows than continuing higher. But if price action does not allow this, then we could see a potential retracement to this 4-hour gap, then a continuation higher from here. So we could literally find something like this, retracement down, then push up to the buy side liquidity up there. Very possible. Silver has already done this. It's taken that high. So I'm not really sure what to expect now. We could get a massive retracement back down, but we could also just continue climbing higher and higher and higher as the rest of the commodities are doing. Crude oil, I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm not really going to entertain this. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to entertain this. I don't have much else to add. Solana to the moon, by the way. So if you're trading crypto, Solana, look for possible retracement. In 6 hours time, this current weekly candle is going to close. We have a weekly gap right there. Look for a retracement down to the weekly gap, then a continuation higher to the all-time high. This is a setup that I would consider to be A+ for those that are trading crypto. But that's my only view on this. Otherwise, don't really have much else to add. Stay safe. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and good trading.